everyone. My name is Audrey Bauer, and I am the founding principal of Studio Maven, an architecture firm here in the Bay Area. We are starting off our videos as a series about working with an architect. To start off with, an architect has a vision. They've got a design concept, an idea of how a project is going to look, the shape, the size, the massing, kind of how big it is-ish, how open it is, how closed it is, maybe what material it is. And so an architect kind of has that concept in their mind about a project. And the next thing an architect kind of will do in order to make that vision come to life is drawings. Those drawings can come in many shapes and forms and sizes. The most common thing that people know of is a floor plan, kind of looking at a drawing from the top down with kind of the roof taken off, so to speak. But other drawings you might utilize would be a section where you kind of cut a building in half, or an elevation where you're looking at a building sideways, kind of as though you're standing on the street looking at a building. Other drawings might be a kind of super zoned in detail of looking at exactly a tiny space that's going to make a really important impact in how the whole building comes together. A piece like where a trim joins or where two different materials meet. Those details are all of the elements that kind of pull a design vision into reality. The next thing that you may or may not know an architect does is coordination. I like to say that an architect is a choreographer. An architect is someone who is doing that coordination of what team players would be helpful to this project. Our network is important to us because of those small details of, yes, this person is the perfect fit for this project. So that's that coordination element that is a huge part of what we do as architects. Next up is the approvals process. Any property is going to have a jurisdiction that oversees it. If you're in the middle of, say, Seattle, the city of Seattle is going to be the jurisdiction that is overseeing your project. But if you're in unincorporated Alameda County here in the Bay Area, the county of Alameda is going to be your jurisdiction and not necessarily the city that you might call home. Our drawings are used to then submit to whatever jurisdiction you're applying for a permit, and then we are the ones who are working back and forth with the jurisdiction in order to get that approval. And so they're going to give us that list of changes that need to be made, and then we respond back with those changes, and ultimately they eventually will approve a project. And so ultimately we're really, really involved in that approval process and help to move a project through it. Another thing that architects are involved in that you may or may not know about is the oversight of a project. So once a project is approved and construction begins, then you start working with your contractor, and the contractor is the one who starts to build the project. However, we're still around checking in on the site, checking with the client, checking with the contractor to see, is the project developing in the way that the plans were designed? The other things that an architect does is act as an owner's agent. For many residential clients, it means that when you go to apply for a permit, we're the ones who are submitting it, and we're acting as the owner. So we are the owner's agent saying, the owner wants to do this, we're the ones you're going to be talking to. We're a stand-in for the owner for many parts of a project. We're still going to be notifying them of any decisions that are happening, but as architects, there are some decisions and some kind of things that come up, especially during construction, that we're the first line of defense. We're there as kind of as an agent for the owner to help to move the project along in whatever way is most helpful. So hopefully everyone learned something, and we look forward to talking more with you next time. Thanks so much. Stay well.